welcome back. This is Michael from StudySimple.org. In our last video, we showed you how to take the derivative of some pretty basic functions. So today, we're going to get a little bit more in depth and cover what we like to call the product rule. So the product rule essentially goes when you have a function that looks something like this. If you have a function, let's say f of x times g of x. An example of this would be x squared minus 6 times 2x plus 5. Okay? Whereas this would be your function f of x, and this would be your g of x. Alright? So when you take the derivative of these two functions, it's going to look something like this. You're going to have your f prime g plus g prime f. This is the product rule. So essentially, you just follow it and put it exactly in the form you see here. Your f prime, you take the derivative, and using the last video we saw, we can say the derivative of f is 2x. And then we multiply that by our g, which was 2x plus 5. Alright? So I'm just going to bring that down here because that's our first part here, the f prime times the g. Now we're going to add that to our g prime times f. So our g prime here, the derivative of 2x plus 5, we know that's just 2. Multiply that by our original f. We're going to have x squared minus 6. Now you can clean this up a little bit. Turn that to 4x squared plus 10x plus 2x squared minus 12. 6x squared plus 10x minus 12. And of course, if we wanted to clean it up just a little bit more, we could go ahead and factor out a 2 here and leave us with 3x squared plus 5x minus 6. Now, let's try this on a problem that's just a little bit more complicated. So this time, let's say we've got x squared minus 5x times, let's say, sine of x. Alright? So, again, since we've got two things multiplied by each other, we're going to use our product rule. So let's go ahead and write that back down. F prime g plus g prime f. Whereas this is going to be our f, and the sine of x will be our g. So, again, we just go ahead and take the derivatives and fit them into our form. Our f prime here is going to be 2x minus 5. We multiply that by our g, which we said was sine of x. Okay, and then we're just going to add g prime times our f. The derivative of sine x is going to be cosine x times our original f, x squared minus 5x. And unless you want to simplify it, that there is going to be the first derivative of that function. So that pretty much sums up the product rule. And you can tune in for our next video on the quotient rule.